Yeah. Who do you think's gonna win?
Probably the team that wins. So,
Yeah, but
did,
which team is going to win
well,
though?
let's introduce the folks to the game first, then we'll cover it.
Okay.
It's gonna be Houston. Welcome everybody to the NBFL playoffs. This is the divisional round in the AFC side of the bracket. We've got the number one seed Houston Treants, the Wood Elves on my right in blue, coached by Bez Akestein, defending Super Bowl champion. Facing him, the upstart Bleaksburg Stranglers, the first season Dark Elf team in red, coached by Kazarik, the sixth seed, if I'm not mistaken. With me in the booth, we got Astaflix, we've got Dash listening in, and he was asking me right as we're going live who I think's going to win. And based on the fact that Houston's lost one game all season and they didn't really care about it, and they're the number one seed and they're the overwhelming favorite, Houston's just going to win this game, right?
Hot take. I think out of all of the teams in the playoffs right now, or I think Zarek has the best chance of defeating Houston.
Okay. Is it because he's running Dark Elves? Is it because he's getting Hubris Rakarth? And what else for his inducements?
Yeah, the
Okay.
keg is a small brain move, but
He didn't go wizard then. Or am I
yeah.
missing something?
No wizard is weird because you're an elf team with AG5.
Yeah,
That's all I'm gonna say about it.
I understand wanting hubris. Strength 4, movement 7, mighty blow player. Helps you beat up the Wood Elves, who do have a deeper roster going into this game. They also have the wonderful Tree Man with guard and jump up. So, you know, there's also that Stan
So
Jones guy, strength 4, agility 5, sidestep, tackle, strip ball. Veronica Sure Hands, still regretting that trade down. Movement 9, agility 5,
yeah,
block guard, sidestep, catcher. Not that a lot of my recent draft picks have lived very long, but
Houston has two major advantages. One is they have the easier time one turning
right.
because you know
What else?
Wood Elves and also Zarek is pretty light on both sidestep and stand firm.
One,
The the one
two.
thing I'm really interested by is the Dark Elf should have the better like quote unquote players on the field. AJ Hawk is a pretty similar player to Stan Jones.
Okay.
Like they're both really, really good. And overall, just having the easier access to a lot of tackle, dodge, sidestep should mean that they have the better team on the pitch. However, I'm very interested in what's making all those sounds in the background.
Looks like it's Jeffro who's joining us. Jeffro, you got like a symphony going in the background? What's going on there?
Oh, no, I apologize. I thought I was on mute.
Oh, no worries.
My wife is finishing up Harry Potter.
Which one?
Ah, nice.
I'm getting my computer set up downstairs so that I can fart around and listen and watch. So, going mute. Don't record this.
It's a little late for that,
Okay.
but it's fine.
Yeah, we'll edit it out.
Yeah, I wish I had that ease of capability, but it's fine. It wasn't anything that worrisome. Spread
So
offense here by the Dark Elves.
I don't understand it. Why are you playing back? Are you aiming to just play it slow until the against what elves?
Well, loading the line of scrimmage doesn't do you much good. The tree man's not going anywhere. Trying to block him down doesn't do any good. Trying to foul him would be even dumber. Well, we've seen that in
Yeah,
a
like
different playoff game.
so this game you just ignore the tree, okay?
Yeah, you block the two
The
linos, you dodge
tree,
everyone away.
yeah, but even then, the tree I would almost not have fielded it. I would almost have fired it before the game.
He actually considered it. Baz and I were talking a little bit in chat before the game started. We had some time while Kazark was uh, getting back from IRL stuff, and he was going over his thought process based on what Kazark did. And Kazark, being the lower seed, had to ready first, unlike in normal regular season,
Yeah.
the team that has the higher TV readies first, but in the playoffs, the highest seed readies last. And so Baz, being the quote unquote home team, gets to decide what he wants to do with the team.
Yeah, I mean, he's probably thinking of going forward after that, against Wolvaz, and then probably Gru, hopefully for him.
Well, I mean, Gru's got to get through Stim tomorrow afternoon at, I think he said 2 p.m. Eastern?
Okay, well, first block being a removal.
It's not bad.
Yeah, by all definitions of the word bad, that is not.
True. Dutch in the game chat wondering no Eldril, which is also something he could have considered for a mere 200k. I mean, I don't know. Do you want Hypnotic Gaze and all that fun stuff against Wood Elves? Does it do you much good?
Yeah, yes. It's really good against Wood Elves, because
Okay.
Wood Elves have a lot of ways to stop you from moving forward on defense, and also have a very easy time screening on offense.
Okay.
I don't understand this blitz.
A 3-die
I
with
don't
Mighty Blow?
understand. Yeah, but if you're gonna hit something with Mighty Blow, why was Rikarth not on the line of scrimmage
That's
to
fair.
hit something
I
with
think
Mighty
he
Blow?
I think he planned to 3-die the catcher and hopefully get the POW, which he did not, but I mean he got one out so far, so I mean it's not bad.
I mean, it's not even for, getting him out. Is the field position right now is weird.
Yeah.
Because you set up all the way back, and now he's like putting guys on the LOS. He's like, haha, just kidding. I'm going to be playing an aggressive offense.
Well, I think the passive setup's not bad, because if there is, God forbid, a blitz or something, you don't want to have all your resources tied up at the line.
It wasn't perfect defense. Oh, you mean in case of perfect defense?
In case you got like a blitz or something. I mean, I'm not that worried about a perfect defense against Wood Elves, but
yeah. I mean, I still would have rather seen 2 hits on the lineman on the line of scrimmage, because if you can get them out,
get one.
Yeah, but he didn't even. It's just, in chess there's the concept of a harmonious move.
I'm gonna say it's a move that, no. I'm not too familiar with chess.
Yeah, it's a move that has consequence from your previous moves. So I don't understand why he blocked the lino with the guard lineman if he's just going to have a blitz on the ball with no a blitz on the catcher with no tackle. Right?
So you would have preferred more synergy, like you used Hubris on the line and then blitz the catcher with tackle or something to that effect. Okay, that makes sense. David Johnson coming in for blitz on a tackler, which Kazark does not have many of, it seems like.
Yeah, this is exactly the type of blitz I'm expecting. Like, Zarg doesn't have a lot of tackle, so if you can remove one tackle, I mean, he's got 2 on the field right now.
Yeah,
if you can remove one tackle. And AJ, you can't really blitz with him, in the sense that if you go for like a really deep blitz, you don't want him to be in the middle of the opponent's team, because he is going to foul.
Baz doesn't.
He's like your best player.
Ridiculous.
He fouled me so many times.
Yeah, but he doesn't like you, so I mean that just makes sense.
Yeah, understandably.
Even Gark agrees that you deserved it.
The one thing I'll say also is you're kind of in a weird position when it's L versus L. Nobody really wants to move. It's like...
So it's kind of like a chaos mirror, except...
No, a chaos mirror, you always want to be hitting the other guy. You want to...
Right, but you see a lot of those games where both teams like stay away and do their one blitz a turn, which is very similar to what we're getting here. It's just that chaos teams and chaos coaches are a bunch of pansies. So I will say that there was a comment in the chat from Dash about no tackle mighty blow. Kazar did have a tackle mighty blow, but they are missing the game after getting their ankle busted last game by Cleveland.
Which is a huge MNG. Huge.
Yeah. I mean, that would give you a third tackle, a tackle mighty blow, you'd have the same amount of Mighty Blow as the elves, sans the tree, which no one cares about.
Like, seeing this again, right? If you were the Dark Elves, what's your game plan for the half?
Score on turn
Yes,
8.
okay, but, you know.
We are hunting this catcher to no effect so far with Hubris.
Yeah, I don't understand it. It's
I mean,
50%.
the
give or
catcher,
take, you
the
get it
catcher
down.
is AV7, but so's that lino right there, and so
Yeah, he
that
just
lino right
dodges
there.
away.
Yeah.
That's a 2-up dodge with no, like, dodge. Rikarth does not have the dodge skill.
Nope.
I'm confused.
And now we're going backwards. Now, I will reiterate, it's been at least a week since these two teams played. I know Kazaric wasn't feeling great earlier in the week, and then Baz wasn't feeling good later in the week and still not feeling that great. Kazaric just got back from something IRL, so maybe the coaches are a bit rusty. They got to feel their way into the game a little bit. You know, it's challenging as Dark Elves because you're slower than the Wood Elves. You want to bash them, but they're not going to just give you free contact most of the time. You don't have a lot of tackle or Mighty Blow in this particular game. And you got to be worried about a Strength 4 Agility 5 War Dancer who could literally get to your ball carrier pretty much whenever he wants.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, in my opinion, what his first game plan is don't turn the ball over.
Yeah, that's
like,
fair.
if he scores, fine, but if he doesn't turn the ball over and doesn't let Baz score this half, then I'm sure he'd be fine with that too. He can remove a few players and not be down when Baz gets the ball in the second half.
Yeah, if you're down at the half as Kazaric, you've either done something wrong or something's gone horribly wrong. And either scenario, you are probably not going to come back and win this game. Do you think Baz just straight up blitzes that tackle blitzer again? Looks like he might go for the guard piece this time. Yep. Gark would go super aggressive. Yeah, but Gark, you're a little different than some of these other elf coaches. You're more aggressive. I mean, you had a pro elf team that...
I 100% agree with Gark, though.
Yeah, there's no reason to sit back here.
I mean, it's not even that. It's like, what are your chances of winning in this game when you go defensive versus when you go aggressive?
I mean, right now, Kazaric doesn't appear to have a concrete plan of how he wants to approach this, and so
yeah,
if you want to be a little aggressive, you can force him to maybe do something you want him to do, but you can't just be super aggressive and... What are we doing here? Interesting. And basically lose your positioning.
Yeah, that's a great move. It's spank in the middle of the runner's maximum amount of movement, which makes it really annoying to move around.
Yep. And based on positioning with the tree, you can't just... I mean, you could dodge through there, but you could fail something. So he's inviting him... Yeah, he's inviting him to go to the middle, because he can't just like sit there with David Johnson there. You can't really go to the bottom unless you dedicate your blitz to Andre Johnson. And I'm not sure you want to go towards the sideline against leaping war dancers anyways. Are we finally going to use tackle to blitz this catcher?
I mean...
Yes, we are. Not that we needed it this time, of course. A stun, but nothing too severe. Probably just cage up down here by the Witch Elves and Blitzer at this point.
Cage?
Cage, screen, something. I mean, you don't want to go like too far forward, but you don't really want to stay near the middle with David Johnson still lurking there.
I'm just very confused by what's happening. Like,
would you have approached this differently this turn?
I would have approached... Oh. See, this is wrong because he doesn't have sidestep.
True, he does have dump off though.
Yeah, but if Stan Jones just, pushes him into the crowd, then you're down that player for the half.
That's fair.
And the dump off is not guaranteed. It's going to be extremely difficult to stop Stan Jones from jumping in.
I think it's always difficult to stop Stan Jones from jumping in. That's why he's probably the league MVP if we do that voting again.
I mean, okay, let's say you stand up the lino, right? That's against the tree.
Okay.
Tree can always block down Antoine Brooks, right? Or just even move him down one.
Okay.
And Stan Jones can just very easily do a 2+ leap into a 2-die block because you can easily mark with the Aaron Glen.
Right.
So it's a 2+ to mark. It's a block with the tree, so it's anything but a 1 in 9. But then it's a 2+ to push something into the crowd, and you still have your 6-up intercept, and also this doesn't do anything.
That's a little harder now, but
is it?
Well, if you take Antoine and go up 2, well,
I mean,
it's a little harder to tag both Hubris and AJ with the assist
so
from
you
Mark.
you do a 3D block on Trey Turner,
Sure.
and then you mark Hubris. Like that's it.
So we're going for a 1-die?
No. You mark Hubris and Alex, but he doesn't want to mark Alex, probably. Baz is not the type of person to go for this type of play super early.
Right, there's no need.
I would have gone for it, because I think it's positive win expectancy overall, but... Yeah. I mean, this is going to sound insane. I might still go for it. I might have considered going for the 1D blitz, but...
Oh. I think you just eat that. Well, chooses not to, but...
I mean, you don't need to eat that, because if you eat that, then the tree's never moving, and he's got a fairly easy way of...
The tree's not the one who threw the block. It was a blitz from the lino, and now the tree's not moving.
Yeah, but I mean, if you double skull, then the tree's not moving from there.
Do you want the tree to move?
Yeah. You want the tree to move down 1.
Yeah, you're probably right. Yeah, see, this is the tough part for Kazark. Clearly going forward here, the bottom is not ideal. With all the sidestep, the leap, everything else.
Yeah.
If you start going back towards midfield, by the time you centralize, it's turn 5. And then... Okay, well, there's our first injury in the game.
This doesn't matter.
No, but for this drive, it could help.
I mean, not even for the drive. You're going to be down that lino that's in your back half, so essentially you're still on a 9v10 scenario. That lino in your back half's not going to do anything this half.
Well, you need some crowd backup noise here, Con.
Need something. You just got Astaflix and his negativity.
Yeah. He never agrees with anything.
No.
Except for anything that Baz does. Baz could scratch his nuts and he'd be like, that was a really, really good itch there.
No, you should have seen the NBFL admin chat the other night. The discussion between Asti, Baz, Nelfine, and Dash was like 300 messages long. I'm sitting here trying to play a game, and I just constantly hear the Discord, bing, 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 bing. I had to mute the channel because they were getting into a long discussion about something that, how do I put this? Just one of Nelfine's crazy ideas that he has to, like, try to make his point about. It's Nelfine, so, you know.
Oh, look at this. I like this action that he's got going on here.
Except that you're kind of in a weird spot now to where you have to either sit here for 3 more turns before you score, or you score early. And scoring early is awful against Wood Elves, and sitting here for 3 turns feels like you're gonna lose somewhere along the way.
But I mean, at some point, you kind of wait for a mistake too.
You think the
Like,
number
not that-
one
not-
seed who lost one game all season is gonna make a mistake?
You know, wish in one hand and shit in the other, and see which fills up first. And sometimes, you know, wishes come true.
That's true. And Asti, we got a removal from that lino who you said wasn't gonna do a damn thing this half.
Yeah, that's true.
Maybe that tree standing still was more impactful than I thought. He could be down one. Hubris would have been forced to dodge, and elves would have been a little more cramped there. But now with 3 wood elves out, it's a little tough. Also,
He's
Dash,
starting to
is that math? Right?
starting to pick them apart a little bit there.
Oh, he's not counting the treaty. I mean, that's fair.
Yeah.
Probably stand southwest of Veronica. That's fine too. I mean, basically, Baz will let this string out as long as he wants, and then when he feels like it's the opportune time, he'll take his shot. So Kazar's
He'll take a shot on turn 5 or 6.
I don't think so. I think you'd want to take your shot on 7. That way Kazark has minimal time to recover from anything.
I bet you a shiny nickel that he goes on 5 or 6. His turn 5 or 6 is when Stan will make the move.
Well, unlucky for you, I've got him on
that's when
speed
he'll be able
dial,
to
so
score.
I'm gonna win me a shiny nickel.
This is an absolute mess of a cage, and I love it. Absolutely love it. Nobody draws this stuff up. This wasn't drawn up in the dirt. This was scattered like a Jackson Pollock. This is just like, bah.
Boy, this is when I wish I had Frenzy on my team. Somebody's begging to be tossed into the crowd.
This is beautiful.
There is a chain surf available here, isn't there? There's Stand Firm there. Stand Firm's right in the middle, so unless we want to push Hubris, yeah. We need to fill the gap behind Hubris either immediately left or southwest. Or... Asti, get back in voice chat. Oh, he's not listening. But it would be helpful because... What is he seeing that I'm not
Because
seeing?
he's just...
no takedown there, so I think we're canceling our plans for a surf party. Yeah, we'll just take our shot at the movement 8, agility 5, lodge guard blitzer. It's a good one to hit anyways. Then we go back, we dodge away with Glenn because there's no tackle on us, and then we just wait. Then, yeah, I think we need to get that guy away from Veronica. We're not super worried about the follow-up block from the lino. Alright, now Kazark's got to hold on for 2 turns. Not give up some sort of chain, not give up some sort of leap. Maybe get another elf out. Also, I just realized that Kazark does not have a logo for this team. That is not cool.
That's kind of lame.
We are trying really hard to get that catcher, and we have to use a reroll to do it.
Goodbye.
You know, it's one of those things that, as an elf coach, you just kind of feel like everybody has tackle and going dodge and everybody just doesn't work. But in a game like this, like Dark Elves, for example, you got the 4 blitzers. Not all of them are going to have tackle. I mean, Mark doesn't, the missing player does, so I guess 3 of them do. The Witch Elves don't, Hubris doesn't, none of the Linos do. So really, you're only facing 3 tacklers at most when facing Kazark this season. So, in this example, having dodge on everybody for the Wood Elves is very, very helpful. Now, if you're facing Dwarves, maybe not as much. Chaos probably has like 4 to 5, maybe at most. So it's one of those things where you're like, oh man, mass dodge isn't really that beneficial, but maybe it's more beneficial than it looks sometimes. It's so ugly that it's beautiful. Because Stan Jones literally can't even leap in there to hit the ball carrier without going all the way from the back and dodging through tackle zones at the bottom.
Maybe he can leap on top of one of his guys and
Right on
kick the ball carrier,
Yeah.
kick the ball carrier in the nose.
Goomba stomp his ass. 1 second. You doing a broadcast?
I am.
Yeah. What are you?
No, just wondering if you're working on it.
Yes. Closing.
Not sure he has enough players to try and do a lot of chain surfing.
Okay, I've returned. What am I missing?
Doesn't have any friends. Like, Baz doesn't have any frenzy.
Yeah, I think our best bet, and we've got dodge up top, we can get away from those 2. We can tackle blitz, dead Stefan, We've got a reroll a spare if we don't take him down initially. Basically, just remove ourselves from contact this turn. Double stack at the bottom. Force Kazark to do something. And, you know, actually, maybe you don't want to double stack. Maybe you want to try to convince Kazark to score this turn. And then equalize for the half.
I don't think Kazark is going to score before his turn 8. He's going to make Baz have to work at the one turn.
Dash has got a point, Jeffro. I'll send you my address later. So that I expect the shiny nickel within, what, week and a half?
Here he goes. Here's Stan making his move.
Not the one you think.
Here he is.
That doesn't look like the ball carrier.
Well, he kind of like the ball carrier removed.
He, like, pushed the ball carrier after hitting the guy he blitzed. So are we giving Jeffro, like, half credit for this? Or do you want to just send, like, a shiny penny, maybe?
No. I'll give you a nickel.
Okay. Oh, no.
Many things, but not a Welcher.
Uh,
No, Kazark totally foiled that turn 6 move by like practically surrounding the ball carrier.
really did.
It was not-
What was Baz going for there? If you leap back there, you're potentially tying up 2 tackle, but it's going to surf the ball. Oh, you're right. If we get Stan on his feet there, you have a block with Veronica. You can push the lino into the blitzer, into the ball, into the crowd. That would have been impressive. And as someone who played corn for 3 seasons, was it 2 seasons or 3 seasons? It was too long, either way. I'm ashamed I didn't see that.
That is a really nifty backdoor ball surf. It would have taken, yeah. Wow.
Yeah, to see that
Would he
from... Go ahead.
Yeah, he could have had it. Yep.
He had to move the blitzer, move the other blitzer, and then leap behind and set up for the 3 players in a row to surf the bomber, and it could have worked potentially. No.
Or I was thinking Veronica would fill that gap underneath Zach. Shaq would get a guard assist from Jake to push Antoine into Mike, Mike into Mark, Mark into ball carrier.
Okay, so we're not blocking with Veronica, we're blocking with Shaq. Yeah, that could work too.
Been a really, really, really sweet backdoor chain. Now it's messy.
Yeah, now it's a little awkward. We haven't used our blitz yet, though, so...
Oh, he hasn't?
We're probably okay.
Oh, then he's fine.
That is a sidestep, though, so I think we need to use... Yeah, tackles... Tackle's good, because it worked. I was going to say use wrestle, but... It's a big stun. Now both war dancers are down on the ground. And stunned. So this is probably a score, unless we get Mr. Brennan,
No.
Scarlet, Agility 5, Dodge, Wrestle, Lino in there. But then we have Dump Off.
He's totally going to cage it.
Patience perhaps paying off for Mr. Kazarek here. It wasn't the prettiest cage we've ever seen, but thanks to Stan Jones running over a snake or banana peel or something, it was perhaps effective enough. And perhaps this foul will be too. So what's the right call here, Dash? You're a man who knows how to foul. Do we foul the immediate threat to prevent us from potentially scoring? Or do we foul Stan Jones, the guy who's always a threat, just not this turn? That's one way to put it.
Or no fouls.
No foul at all. Which...
And laugh at the tree.
Yeah. I mean, as Baz here, this isn't a hard play. We're dodging, blitzing. Kazark apparently knows the crowd wants a foul there, and twas not to be. Now we just dodge Glenn over with diving tackle, or we don't. I mean, it would be very easy to surf that player there. Okay, well, no harm, no foul, literally. 8-7. Sorry, that's the turn counter. So that was Kazark's turn 8. We've got one turn left for Houston to potentially score. And he's not putting his sidestep stand firm guys on the line. We've got 1, 2. You've got 3. You've got, I think, 2 sidestep and 1 stand firm. So I think you're making a mistake as Kazark by not doing that. Dutch saying Baz's logo has a bloody nose. Yeah, I see it. I wouldn't say he's giving up the score. I'd say he's giving up a very good shot at the score. Even if there was the double sidestep on the line, I think Baz has enough players and enough tools to where he might be able to make it work. He's got movement 9 sprint, so he doesn't need much, many pushes at all. But yeah, this feels like it's relatively simple. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3. So really he only needs 1 push, and you're hoping for more to reduce the GFIs. Yeah, who traded down and let Baz come up and get Veronica? That didn't work out for a lot of teams. It was me. Also smart to put Stan 1 square back in case there is a perfect defense or something that could potentially thwart a 1-turn attempt. I got 4 people in the chat with me and none of them have their mic on? Also, where'd Astaflix go?
He wandered away in confusion. That's all he kept saying was, I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on. And I had my microphone off because I was burping. I can leave it on.
Fair enough. I feel like Astaflix is a bit like Russell Crowe's character in A Beautiful Mind. Because like he sees I swear he sees Blood Bowl as this like ABCD like checklist of things to do. And that cage was clearly not like in the book of like how you're supposed to do things, but it made a lot of sense considering the situation. There's our push. We got Veronica going forward.
You're not going to win against coaches that are as smart and as good as Baz and Gru by doing things that they've seen before.
Now, to be fair, for all of Kazarik's mega bunkering to where Stain couldn't conventionally get to the ball, he still saw a play through foresight to where he could surf there and potentially change the game. So, it's not like the strategy was like, oh my god, this is the greatest thing. Wood Elves got nothing. There's a very good shot there of that plan all falling down on turn 7.
Yeah, well, he needed something. He needed a little bit of luck.
I think we take the push here. We go for an extra square. Now we are risking getting out of range perhaps of the handoff, although we can still easily block away Craig. But yeah, I think we push Veronica southwest. We block the Lino Craig to fill up the northern gap, and then we get one more block with David Johnson on Zach Banner, and we give ourselves even less GFIs. Or we could do this too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Handoff, easy. Follow up. Walk right over, hand it to Veronica. I mean, Dash, low percentage isn't... It depends how you look at it. I mean, if you added up all the dice rolls he's having to do, I'm sure the odds are not better than 30%. But 30% chance to score... And... Oh, please don't. I know it's a 3 die.
3 up, 2 up, 2 up.
There is no way that if you added up all these die rolls that it'd be... maybe it would. Also, that's another push. So I guess that makes sense. So yeah, not even a single GFI here. And then you rolled 2 6s and a 2, and you walk into the end zone and tie the game up.
Touchdown.
So, picture perfect one turning there from Baz has tied things up. I think Kazark is going to look back and immediately regret not putting his dual sidestep and staying firm on the line. I know you don't want to risk the Witch Elf or who's your other sidestepper? AJ Hawk, but you have an Apothecary, you have the lead in a playoff game, and now you're giving up the ball to the #1 team in the league this season, and all they have to do is hold out for 8 turns and then score. Not that Kazark doesn't have some tools to 1 turn. He's got a movement 8 blitzer. He's got some frenzy. But I think Baz will, A, have the tree on the line, B, not be afraid to put his sidesteppers on the line, assuming they're still healthy. Hubris or Wiz? I'd say Wiz, Dutch. Hubris hasn't really done a whole lot. He's thrown some blitzes, 3 dies against catchers that did not result in any knockdown, much less an injury, so I'm not sure Hubris is really doing a ton so far.
No, he's a strength 4 option. He's a roadblock.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a bad player to have, but...
Oh, no. Absolutely not. I'd still take Elijah Doom over him for
Doom is very
the money
interesting.
these days.
Baz and I were kind of looking over the options for Dark Elves, and I think they must have changed a little bit after I had left Dark Elves in the NBFL, because I would have loved to have players like Kiroth, Krakeneye, and Elijah Doom, much less Eldril. I mean, 170k for a Disturbing Presence, Foul Appearance, Tackle, Tentacles, Pass Block guy. It's not bad. But Elijah Doom, AV9,
yeah.
Fen, Guard, Stand Firm, Wrestle for 190k. That is sublime.
He's awesome.
And if he dies, you just buy him next game.
Yeah.
It's not like you have to invest draft resources in a lino that costs like 200k for that. That's just a freebie. Kazark's not wrong about missing his tackle blitzer not being ideal, but I'm not sure that player would have made a difference in that 1 turn there, which has been the difference in the game so far. So if we're Kazark, how do we win this game? We've gotten the
Gotta
early
turn the
lead,
ball over.
Yeah, and it's already gone down the drain with giving up the one turn.
Yeah. Well, I mean, even if he hadn't given up the one turn, I think he has to turn the ball over when Baz has it to win.
You mean we can't just assume that the Wood Elves aren't going to score?
They can pretty much score it well, and when you have your when you have shit.
See, I knew Baz was lying to me before the game started when Kazark was still on his way back. Baz and I were in the chat. He said he was considering not doing the DACA offense this time. And that was also under the assumption that Kazark would bring a wizard. But A, he did not bring a wizard. And B, this is clearly the DACA. This is the Baz DACA scene offense that is given the league no shortage of problems.
Yeah.
Made a question mark with his reverse defense. It's true. This is a reverse question mark, and he's probably sitting there wondering why Kazara gave him such a good one-turn opportunity. And I keep telling people, if you chase the DACA, you will get burned by the DACA. And this is especially true of slow teams. Like, I know you want to get over there, you want to hurt some elves and stuff, but that's what they want you to do. They want to stretch you horizontally and vertically at the same time, because you are not as fast as them. They have enough dodge to do what they want. They've got a strength 4 guy to blitz open a hole. You're not going to stop
the
DACA.
This early, could you gang up on that tree? Hope that he doesn't stand up?
I'm not even going to entertain that train of thought, honestly. And he does have jump up too, by the way. Dash pointed out in the chat.
Jump up.
Yeah, that's a
Jeez.
interesting. That's a double, right? Because that's an agility skill.
Yeah.
It's interesting as opposed to going with a normal like block or something. I think it makes sense since the tree probably throws about 3 blocks a game. Like, what's the point? But no, as Kazark, you need to stay put right about here. And if you got to click end turn 4 times after maybe doing these blitzes where you don't burn the reroll. Okay, I was gonna say, Christ, man, it is the second half. Please don't do that. He left a safety deep, which is good. We're gonna see all the elves, the wood elves at least, go to the southern part of the field here. And then you just have to adjust again, and you cannot chase. Whenever I see Baz do this, I immediately wonder, like, could this work for frogs, for example? And I'm just like, no, I'd have to get way too many 3+ leaps to go if a team really did chase me. And that's not something I'm willing to stomach. But maybe. I don't know. Jeffro, would you ever in a million years even, like, consider doing something like this? What would the thought ever cross your mind to go backwards into your own territory?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. I actually got schooled on it once early by Purple Goo. I was in a tournament. It was in my early days of Fumble, and I was playing Norse. He was playing Dark Elves.
Okay.
And I forget what, like, it was like, I forget what the actual score was. He was up by 1,
Okay.
and I was beating the crap out of him. And he just started retreating. And I was like, yeah, I'm going to beat the living crap out of the guys that are the scoring threats.
Right.
And then I realized it too late. I was like, oh no, I need to get the ball.
He's like, wait, he doesn't need to score. I need to score.
I need to score. I was like, oh no, he's totally just feeding me things. and I'm running out of time. And then I realized I was like, oh no, I need to score in the next 3 or 4 turns, or I'm not going to do it. And he just kept retreating. He did the elf stall, but he did it in his own half, and the Enzo just kept retreating, and I just couldn't get to the ball.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, man, like, yeah, you straight up outcoached me. You straight up outcoached me. I just did not think about you not trying to score.
Yeah, it's definitely a different way to look at the game. If we were playing Madden, for example, like that's not a strategy you could conceive of using. I mean, sure, you could like run the ball for 4 yards of carry and literally just control the clock the whole time, but in this scenario, you're just literally hiding the ball in the corner of your field. And it's like they can't get to it. So why would you not? There's occasionally games where we discuss putting the ball carrier in the corner of your own end zone, because if they finally get to it, the crowd scatter could send it somewhere else, and it's just like the best available play at that point. And the me of many years ago would have never even considered that thought. I remember the first time I actually played Fumble. It was the first time I was playing Blood Bowl, and Blood Bowl's like football, right? You play it like football. And so I literally lined up my guys in an I formation, and it did not go well, as you can imagine. So yeah, sending a catcher on a post route sounds cool. It doesn't work in reality for a human team, or any team really. Yeah, this is much more like chess, and you've got to think outside the box. And so far, the DAC has been doing this to a lot of teams. A lot of teams.
Yeah, and it doesn't even matter if that tree is rooted, because he's just using it as a post. It's the Carl Malone. And the rest of his team is John Stockton.
That's a lot of John Stocktons, but yeah, that's a pretty apt comparison.
Or what would be a better one? What's that Carl Malone that doesn't even try to score?
That's a good question. Rudy Gobert, maybe? The defensive center for the Utah Jazz? Speaking of the Utah Jazz. Okay. I mean, he scores some, but they don't ever really feed him the ball in the post like they did Karl Malone. Rudy just either gets rebounds or maybe does pick and roll, but he also blocks like every shot conceivable at the rim.
Who was Ben, what's his face, from the Detroit Pistons?
Ben Wallace, yeah, that dude did average like 8 points a game. That's a good one.
There we go. Post.
Yep. Man the pivot. And we're handing over to Stan.
Yeah. If they can get over that tree, then great. Otherwise...
If only it caught a boot in the first half. Yeah, I mean, there's still a lot of other elves who could potentially score, but specifically Stan Jones would not be carrying the ball now if he got removed permanently in the first half. But would you have still scored? Maybe not. But then again, if you don't score, but you hold on to the ball in 0-0, and they don't have Stan Jones, is it worth it? Probably. But only if you, like, got him out and the Apo didn't work. It's true, Hubris does have a role now with strip ball against Stan, as he wouldn't against AJ McCarron, although he could also just punch AJ McCarron in the face. Did you just throw a block with a blockless lino there? mean, yeah, you got the POW, but if that roll, albeit on a 3-die, goes south, you're not really in a great position here. I mean, I don't care it's a 3-die. This is the playoff game, and I'm not willing to bet a whole season's worth of games on Zach Banner not failing a 3-die until I have to. But I'm also very, 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 very cautious. Whether that works to my benefit or my detriment more of the time, I still cannot tell you.
Oh no, because it's both.
It's absolutely both.
And the most conservative coaches have to have moments of recklessness, and the reckless ones have to have moments of conservativeness, or the game will bite them, because you can't just do one or the other.
Has anyone ever told that to Ryan Fitz?
He has moments of conservativeness.
I dare you to find 2 of them.
He does.
I'm going to earn another shiny nickel off you by the time this game is over.
I will find a conservative moment. There have been moments when he has not just gratuitously fouled.
Or surfed, or done something else that made us go, huh?
He's far too good to just be a completely reckless loon.
Alright, Hubris earning a little bit of his pay this turn at least. Jump up plus a POW on the blodger, and removing him with Mighty Blow.
Oh, there you go.
Fitz bypass some fouls on me for position. You know, Wolves, you just lost yourself a shiny nickel. Because now I'm going to lose this bet with Jeffro.
We'll just call it even. That was double or nothing there.
Okay. Blitzing the AV6 Lino, getting a stun, not bad. I mean, I still think fouling Chaos Dwarves is a bit asinine. They're AV9 with Thick Skull. Speaking of fouls, Kazar just does not like this catcher. Like, that is like the 8th time he's specifically hit and / or now fouled Andre Johnson. There was a moment he about fouled with the ball carrier. I did that once against Archaean, and it backfired spectacularly. Or rather, it wasn't with the ball, but I put the ball in 2 cage corners next to a down, like dodge, wrestle, leap, strip ball kind of high elf catcher, and I walked over there with another player and fouled him, and didn't even stun him. And then first thing Archaean does is just -2-die blitz the ball, knocks it out, it scatters back towards his side of the field with all those damn elves, and I never saw it again. So I was very, very perturbed about that. Alright, David Johnson with the blitz, knockdown marked there. There is kind of a gap to go through, although you've blocked yourself off a little bit. So maybe it doesn't go through the gap the entire way here. I think I want to go one more forward. Decides to leave it open though. I'm a little worried, for example, that we could take Hubris, dodge from... I mean, you just go through the tree almost, but you have to go into those tackle zones. Yeah, it's probably fine. But if we're Kazaric, how are we going to get ourselves out of this situation? Dutch screaming to Surf Shaq Lawson. Which we could, I guess. We could take the Witch Elf. 3+, 3+. I mean, not sure it's worth it. I think we need a Blitz Jacoby Jones. We just go Mark, Aaron Glenn. We get all of our boys out in front of the tree because we cannot be stuck in midfield. We're going to get out outrun by the Wood Elves here.
Or you go spite foul on David Johnson.
Yeah, I mean, you may not win the battle, but you could win the war by trying to win next season. And I mean, to be fair, getting David Johnson out could help you on this drive, and it could help you potentially for overtime if it did go there. So the spite foul, I mean, may not be a terrible play. We need a bracelet on every one of our coaches. We need to send it out. And it says, what would Ryan Fitz do? And apparently blitzing the thrower with Mighty Blow is our play, and it garners cheers from the crowd because it is definitely a game-changing play that reverses the board. And why are you guys cheering for that? What did that do? What did that gain us? Blood. Okay, I mean, that's the short answer, but if we're thinking big picture here, which I assume we should be, what did we get from that?
Well, it's one less body that the Elves have to protect Stan Jones, and at some point, even though Stan is amazing, he's going to have to potato it because he's not going to get a full cage.
I'm not sure he needs a cage though.
Well, he could.
You've got an agility 5
he
catcher.
could get...
You've got David Johnson who could leap out of trouble. You could leap away with Stan Jones if you need to. You could dodge through pretty easily. Veronica's agility 5 as well. None of these players have tackle. I think Mark needs to go right behind Dead Stefan. Maybe not like right behind him, but at least on the same ley line. That's pretty good though. Oh, we are getting the foul.
Bring it.
Just a stun. Still good though.
And some.
So now I think we need to blitz with Stan Jones against Dead Stefan. But it doesn't look like he's going to. In fact, he's going for Hubris. And now he's going back to midfield, mayhaps? Okay, sideline cage. Draw this out. You can get this catcher away pretty easily. Oh, I thought he'd be going downfield. I mean, you could just stay right there. You can go right there. We got our scoring threat that we have to honor. I think we're just slow enough to where we can't get out in front. I guess the question is, do we foul David Johnson again? And based on, like I was going to say, the line of moves, I'm saying we're not doing it, but certainly could. We got a 2-die block with Hubris up top if jump up works. We could surf Shaq Lawson pretty easily if we want to. Just danced on the ground. Of course, he fouled him again. You're not wrong, potentially. Alright, let's take our jump up with hubris, get our push, and then we gotta do it. And we're going for it. Alright.
Whammo.
Another elf off the field. I think we move Dead Stefan 1 forward. Leave Mark there, leave the lineup there, move AJ northeast 1, then we Faust David Johnson. Oh, he's gonna put a little bit of pressure on. He's thinking about it. Generated 2 die on the catcher. But first, yeah, we gotta throw this boot. Because we're obviously gonna roll a boat down there. Oh, we re-roll into the same thing. Oh man. That's why we throw the boot first. Even I know that, and I don't foul. Forced a ball blitz, but I'm not sure that means a whole lot. Baz still has plenty of time. Definitely needs this dodge to work though, okay. Leap out with Mr. Johnson. We have 5 rerolls, but we don't need them. 3 plus,
Jesus.
2 plus.
5 rerolls.
Oh, he finally failed one, but I had dodge for that reroll, so. Is this the turn where we have to swing big as Kazark? Because just marking these 2 elves at the bottom isn't going to do us much. I mean, we could like blitz Jacoby Jones and put tackle on Stan Jones. I'm not sure how much that changes the equation, but yeah, he just leaps away. And if we do put AJ Hawk on the ball, for example, and Stan just goes over him, or only tackle back there is Mike, and he's going to be tied up by presumably Aaron Glenn. But what else can you do here? Just marking elves is, yeah, swing big. I was going to say we could take hubris and maybe dodge through the cage and hit the ball, but be asking a lot. I think we're blitzing David Johnson and marking Aaron Glenn. Oh, we're gonna do the dash. Huge stun there as well.
Whammo.
Remember when Asti said early on that AJ Hawk is a Stan Jones light, basically, and that's proving to be true right here. And we still have.
Well, he went to the Ohio State University, so.
Did you see the Ohio State University come back in the Rose Bowl?
I did not.
You need to check out that game. Apparently, it was a wild one. And
I saw the score at the half, and then, like, nah.
wow, all those dodge rolls to finally get there and not get the ball. Damn. Who said Agility 5 was overpowered? Alright, well, now we're in a little bit of trouble if we're Baz, in theory. We've got Veronica Surehands next to the ball, but we are marked by tackle. Yeah, I mean, it's still a 2+2+, which most people will be pretty thrilled about considering the circumstances.
2+.
With 5
Two
rolls.
plus.
Yeah.
Right.
And we're movement 9, by the way, so.
Right.
We do the GFI.
Satan!
And another GFI. Okay.
Oh, Satan!
Now we just 2+ dot. It's a tough matchup for Dark Elves. There's almost no way you're going to have more than 4 tacklers at a time. Maybe 5. But yeah, it came down to Kazark needing Baz to roll snakes somewhere, and outside of Stan Jones in the first half on that super chain push play, he's been rolling everything he needs to so far. Sure, AJ can hit the ball again, but I think we need to worry about getting our guys in line over here. And then we just try to dodge in front of AJ Hawk, I guess.
Yeah, and park yourself.
Yeah, I mean, it's just going to force a 2+2+, which isn't that crazy, but oh nope, he's gonna go for further. It's not bad though. Yeah, I mean, it's a tough call between parking him there and forcing like the 2-2s versus trying to get all the way down here and forcing like a 3 somewhere, but without tackle or diving tackle over here, I'm not sure it was worth a reroll, but you may not need it at this rate. At this point, I think we take Hubris and put him in front of David. We take Mike, put it on the catcher. Well, let's take Hubris and put him on David first, and then take our swing with AJ, because we got to do something here, and I guess we need to have a player available, depending on the ball scatter. You got to keep Brooks and Dead Stefan in scoring range. Spread them out a little bit as well, so Stan Jones can't cover both of them in theory. Well, I guess, yeah, there's not enough time to leave both down there. You just got to mark with one and keep Stefan in scoring range. Well, coming down to your old player AJ Hawk. Any last words?
There's a reason I didn't draft him.
Okay, well, that's pretty ominous, but we'll see if he can't make the play 2 turns in a row. Can he be the hero that Gotham needs? No! Jeffro's words of discouragement coming into effect here.
It's the hair.
It's the hair. Now, I mean, the score is still not guaranteed here.
Yeah, I mean he has a tackle piece, a sidestepping strength forward tackle piece. Did like a nasty thing. What did he get on that thing? Did he put sidestep on it?
I think so.
And tackle then?
I think AJ Hawk is on
AJ
his
Hawk
at least second team.
Yes, because he was in the supplemental draft.
Correct. He's been on some bad franchises so far, I'm guessing, and fortunately he's found a pretty solid one so far. If Bleaksburg can make the playoffs in their first season.
Because I think the only things that I put him on when he was in the NCBB was the strength plus, agility plus, and the tackle. I think that's what he went into the league with.
Sounds right. Where did he go first? I want to assume he went to one of Lorbass's awful teams, but I could be wrong.
Je ne sais pas.
Yo no sé nada. Alright, so if we're Baz, what can we do here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. If you want to do as little as possible, you can dodge with Veronica, then dodge through some tackle zones. You got to make the dodge. And that's it. Okay, well, a little bit of drama. But now with the stand firm double sidestep, and only movement 8 for the Dark Elves. It's not going to be easy. But
true.
I feel like Kazaric can find a way to make this work a little bit. I mean, double sidestep, though, is tough.
Yeah. With no grab. Having one grab is underrated.
True.
Sometimes you just need that one. I mean, he's got enough players to field.
He's got the players.
So,
he got some frenzy. Not that it is great in this situation.
Even if he can grab, if he could have grabbed a sidestepping catcher into a mess of a cage, if you got nowhere to go, you get pushed.
Exactly. Pray for Riot. I mean, yeah. I mean, getting a Riot might be more realistic than getting a one turn in this against this setup, but.
Right. At some point, your odds are better to set up their Riot.
I mean, I don't know which number it is on the kickoff roll, but at worst, it's a 1 in 12, right?
No, because if it's like box cars, it's not 1 in 12.
Right, but like at worst, it'd be a 1 in 12 chance, right? Because there's 12 kickoff results, or.
But it's 2d6. So it's.
Look, I don't know the rules for the kickoff. I just look what happens.
This is the rules for the kickoff. It's straight math.
Well, I don't know the rules for that either.
You don't know the rules for math?
No. Does it look like I know what I'm doing half the time?
6 times 6. Now, I don't know what a riot is on the kickoff table. Like if it's a 2 or a 3, I have to look it up.
That's what I'm asking, though.
And that's English.
Yeah.
So I know math. I don't know the English.
Isn't it 12? I don't know what it is. Yeah, the only rule in Blood Bowl is just roll 6s. That's all you need to know. Whatever you choose to do, just roll a 6 to do it.
So yeah, I've definitely seen my one-turn options as bleak and said, praying for a riot, and I know it's happened at least once.
I've seen it happen a few times in desperation moments.
And honest to God, setting up to plan for the
It's a 3.
1 in 36. Okay,
so if it's a 3, I'm assuming that means we have 2 shots at it. We've got a 1-2 or a 2-1.
Correct, but then that's still 1 in 36, isn't it?
I suppose. 2 in 36. So 1 in 18. See, this is why we have Gark around.
It's 2 in 36?
Well, we just said there's 2 results that work for it. Getting a 1 and then a 2, or getting a 2 and then a 1.
Oh, okay.
Alas, that is not what we get here. So we'll see if Kazark somehow fandangled some chain push from God here. Because we got to get one of these 2 down. And then we're going to have to fill in a lot of squares. And I mean a lot of squares. Do we just -2 die the tree with a wrestle guy? Not that we really have many. Just to make getting in there easier? No.
Who's he going to send? Mark?
Well, Mark's got to be the scoring threat at this point. So we'll need to get AJ Hawk behind the catcher.
But Mark doesn't have sidestep, so he's not going to go into the tree. He's going to have to go into his own dude.
Yeah.
He totally blew his chance at setting up for the riot.
Well, we didn't get the riot, so...
Right. I'm just saying. The odds of this are bleaker than what was just lost.
Yeah, without Mark having sidestep, this seems tough at best. Well, cannot find a way to do it. So Houston moves on to the AFC Championship game. They will face Amon and his Tijuana Charos, I think the name is. Let me double check real quick. Oh, that's teams tournaments. No, Tijuana already faced New Zigland and lost. So New Zigland, coached by Wolves, face off against Baz and his Wood Elves.
The AFC is the toughest conference in the whole league.
So they say.
It's the toughest division.
All right, boys, it's been a pleasure. Thank you, Dash, Dutch, Gark, Jeffro, Asti when he was still here, which was not that long apparently. We'll catch you next time.